on your right! A Cincinnati police officer shot and killed Ryan Thursday. Police say that he ran from a stolen car with a gun, tripped and fell, then ran toward an officer who shot him.
What we saw was disturbing.
He says it's not clear-cut whether the officer's actions were justified, and they've launched an investigation into the shooting.
So that we can really analyze what occurred. I mean, what we saw in the video, it's hard to determine whether or not that officer was in imminent danger or should have thought that they were in imminent danger before they took shots.
Teresa Fiji admitted the video was blurry, but says officer accounts say Ryan's gun was pointed at the officer.
When the individual came out between the dumpsters, he had the firearm in front of him. It was in like a bladed position, and it was pointed at the officer. And he felt threatened for his life, and that's why he discharged his firearm.
The videos now publicly released show Hinton running and being shot by city police. Cincinnati police say the teen was armed and pointed a gun toward an officer who was responding to a call of a stolen vehicle.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun! On your right!
Hinton was shot about 6 seconds after officers get out of their vehicles.
Now here is the new photo footage of the encounter with police that the police department and news stations are not showing.
Hell, he must have been so...
Mr. Bennett, at the prior hearing before today, I see.
Sit down! He's out of line! Under the color of law! He's out of line! Acting under the color of law! Acting under the color of law!
That's exactly how they get down. They gonna try that fake intimidation shit all day long. As you can tell, they ain't with none of that. We ain't gonna let y'all intimidate people.
Oh, the cop he got wasn't even the one that killed his son. Good. Because when that cop seen his son, he didn't know that was Rodney Hinton Jr. He saw a nigga. So when we see a cop, we on that same shit. Y'all worry about spending on y'all ops and shit, man. Spend on them niggas. They up something crazy. Spend on that shit. And respectfully, I don't want to hear shit about no policy or no politicking, because what's going to stop the next cop from doing that shit or make that motherfucker take a second thought? Ain't going to be no goddamn policy. They don't give a fuck, bruh. They run the system. But they don't run these streets. I don't give a fuck what they say. How many cop cars they got out here, they don't run that shit. You know what I'm saying? But what Rodney Hinton did, that's going to make the next cop think, damn, is somebody going to spin about this young nigga? We fighting too much shit at one time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's up and it's stuck for them niggas from around the way. They know what it is. But there's some other motherfuckers that's got to be handled. You know what I'm saying? After that, niggas can settle up and do what they do. But this shit right here, this shit gotta end. They say an eye for an eye and the world go blind. And I say, what's to stop that motherfucker from taking the other one when everything you see as yours, he sees as mine? Oh, the cop he got wasn't even the one that...
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakahak Wadash, to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well, who I learn from daily. I'd like to give double honor, Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect, Shalom. Here with a video I'm going to call, As an Old Lion, Judah is being roused up. And as we all know now, or you should know, about Rodney Hinton Jr. running over the police officer, about the day before where his son got gunned down by the police officer. And we're starting to see Judah finally getting tired of their oppressor to an extent. Now Judah is finally ready to put on his big boy pants and stop letting Esau bully him around and do whatever he want to. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, that was the only reason Esau was even able to do the things that he been doing to Judah for so long. I mean, the 12 tribes as a whole is bigger, stronger, faster than Esau Edom. I mean, Yahweh Shai called the Edomite the basis of men, I mean the bottom. So there's no way they could have got over on Judah the way they did without the help of the Most High taking the spirit out of Judah and making him more docile, more subservient to be taken over by Esau Edom with a couple of guys with guns that only work with one bullet at a time. I mean, come on now. They got to put the bullet in there, put the gun, load the gunpowder, pat it down, light a switch for to fire off one bullet. Do you think that 5 men can take 20 into captivity if it want the spirit of Yahweh Shai? No, man, that would have never worked. And thinking about it, bullets was less lethal back then too. So come on now. But Esau Edom has lived long and deliciously off that fact that Yahweh Shai has taken the spirit out of Judah. But now we're coming up in the times where he's starting to rouse Judah back up. He's starting to put that spirit back on Judah. And as you've seen in the video, Judah is not having it no more. So let's go ahead and get into these scriptures. Starting off, Genesis 49:9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouches as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So Judah has been crouching down as an old lion for years upon years, decades upon decades. So who gonna rouse him up? Yahweh Shai. He's the one that's gonna put that spirit back into Judah. That warrior spirit that we had in days past to fight back, to stop taking the abuse of Esau Edom that he's been taking for years upon years. And before we go, we're going to go into that word roused up. Let's see. Because Yahweh Shai is getting Judah up, waking him up out of his sleep, and letting them know, hey, it's time to destroy. It's time to get back up. It's time to come back to the ways you used to be. And this is only the beginning of the thing that's gonna go on here in these last days. All right, Strong H 6965. Kum, a primitive root to rise in various implications, literal, figurative, intensive, causative, abide, accomplish, to be clear, confirm, continue, decree, to dim, to endure, enemy, enjoin, get up, make good, help, to hold, to help up, to lift up again, to make, to be newly ordained, perform, pitch, rise up, rear up, remain, a rise up, again, against, rouse up, to set up, to establish, to make, stand up, to stir, to strengthen, to succeed, as make, surely, to be uphold rising. We're going to go to the biblical outline usage to arise in a hostile sense. And that's what we're seeing happening. Yahawah Bashim Yahushua rose this man up in a hostile sense to do what he did. And this just the start. Because he's gonna rise up the rest of Judah as well in these last days to take the fight back to Esau Edom for all the things that he done. Edom still think Judah is in that mindset of where they're just gonna continuously allow to be beaten, to be killed, to be laid out in the street, to be laid down like dogs. No. Yahawah Bashim Yahushua is gonna put that spirit upon Judah to come back to come back to who he truly is, and they're gonna bring hell upon this place. We're gonna go here. Isaiah 19 and 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. And we know America is the modern day Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because the counsel of Yahawah of hosts, which he had determined against us. So see, Yahawah Bashim Yahushua is going to make Judah a terror unto Egypt in these last days. He's going to rouse up that old lion, and he's going to make him into a young lion, and that lion is going to go through out Babylon, destroying everything. Not just his own stuff, like Judah has been doing in times past, but especially those things of the Edomites. Judah has, along with the other tribes as well, had endured so much from these people, especially Judah, since they had to be here. That they were the main ones that Esau Edom had bared his fangs against, even more so, with the destroying of the Judite household, with the destroying of the women, with the 3-strike rules, with drugs and guns, with gangster rap music, with all these things. They seriously came after Judah. They mentally, physically, and spiritually destroyed all 12 tribes, but even more so Judah. But like I said, as that young lion, with Yahawah Bashim Yahushua putting the spirit back into Judah and rousing him up in that hostile sense, Esau Edom gonna have hell to pay from the monster he helped create. And we're gonna go here. Micah 5 and 8. And the remnant of Judah, and the remnant of Judah shall be among the Gentiles, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest. So that means all 12 tribes are going to be among every nation. As a young lion among the flock of sheep, who, if he goeth through, both teareth down and teareth to pieces, and none can deliver. So this scripture letting you know it's not only going to be Judah, but also the rest of the tribes are going to go through these Gentile nations, and especially Esau Edom, because Esau had done something to all 12 tribes, man. During our time in slavery, after our time of slavery, even now they continue to kill, beat, and destroy the 12 tribes. But the Lord is going to put the spirit on all 12 tribes, and especially Judah, to get back at Esau Edom for all the wickedness they have done. And that's what you've seen with this man rotting here in June. The Lord put the spirit upon him to go out and destroy what they feel like was a random Edomite, but no. We don't know what he did in this life or even a past life that Yahawah Bashim Yahushua had him put to death that way. But trust me, his death wasn't random. But it is a signal to the Judahites to start waking up. Now, we don't know when Yahweh Shema Shai is going to put the spirit upon Judah to fully come after Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nation. And he put that spirit on Ephraim as well. But we know we're getting close to that time. Because if you watch if you go on TikTok, you'll see a lot of people making videos like the ones I showed you. When Judah like, man, we not having it no more. We tired of this. And you know Ephraim not having it because a lot of them are getting coming in and getting deported back to countries that's not even there. Heck, some of them who were born over here is getting deported back to those other countries. So Esau Edom has a lot to pay for. And he's gonna pay for it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai by him raising his people back up. Like lions coming through and destroying all the things that Esau Edom has set up. We're gonna go here. This is Ezekiel Salaki. This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, Salaki, and one people against another, and one realm against another. And that's telling you that it's going to be all out chaos here in Babylon, with not just infighting with Egyptian against Egyptian, but you're also going to have civil, a racial war. That's what I meant, a racial war. That's why I said one people against another. That's going into when Yahweh Shema Shai is going to raise up Judah again, going to raise that old lion up, going to put the spirit of a young lion back into him, and he just going to let him loose through the city, killing, destroying, creating all type of trouble for Babylon the Great. That's why it said Judah would be a terror unto the nation. I mean, a terror unto Egypt. And we're getting close to that time, man. Judah is really tired of being Esau Edom lapdog to where he can just do anything to him. And in that time when the Lord put his spirit back into Judah and make him a young lion again, man, all hell gonna break loose. As we seen the scripture said, Judah gonna become a terror to Egypt. We know Esau Edom already fears Judah. All right, this is Ezekiel 25:12-4. Thus says Yahweh power, because Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon him. And that's why that Rotten Hitton Jr. was killed. That was Esau Edom taking his revenge on Jacob. He have greatly revenged himself on Jacob. They don't let up. You seen the video. That boy wasn't pointing nothing at him. But because Esau Edom has that power in his kingdom, he went for what he wanted to. Shooting him 2 times in the back. Now, if the guy was supposed to have been facing you, how did he get shot in the back? Because he was running. So the Lord said, because you done took your vengeance out on Judah, on Israel, you done did everything you wanted to him plus. Let's see what the Lord say. Therefore thus said Yahweh power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And that's going into the nuclear missiles that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to have totally wipe out this place. But only after those things spoken in 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 and Ezekiel and all the other prophets that saw the end, saw the going on of Jacob trouble, where Jake had stood up and in this kingdom, which which is Babylon the Great, becomes a war zone, basically, that's when the Lord gonna come in after that chip, after the MOTB is introduced and destroy this place with the nuclear fire. Salakia, man. In verse 14, after all that, when we take the remnant of Edom into captivity, after all that's done, the Lord says this, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, says Yahweh power. And see, we're gonna know, and they're gonna know the vengeance of Yahweh Bashim Hawashah, because Israel as a whole, man, we're gonna do unto them double the things that they done to us. The beatings, the killing, the hanging, the experiment. Well, we ain't gonna experiment on them, nigga. Yeah, we is. We're gonna try new ways to deform they behind. Yeah, we're gonna run experiment. We ain't gonna do like they did chemicals and things like that. We're gonna have spiritual powers. So we're gonna fold you up 200 different ways and see if your body can bend that way. With no anesthesia, just pure hell we're gonna rain on them. But even with all that, we still have to wait on Yahweh Bashim Shah. We still waiting on prophecies to be fulfilled so these things can come to pass. Because once Yahweh Bashim Shah rise up to the prey, once he set that standard, and we can put hands and feet on Edom, with his power, man, it's gonna be over with. But we still gotta patiently wait. And we're gonna end it out there in Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, advance not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will pay, says Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah. So we just waiting on Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah to get things started, get things kicked off. So in the end, we'll be ruling, and in the end, we can pay Esau Edom back for everything that he did to us. You other nations as well, y'all ain't exempt from his ass whooping. Y'all got to get it too. So I hope this video will edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Hawashah. Shalom.